How you doing, besties? It's me, President Chaperone. What has many keys but cannot open a single lock? It's a riddle. We're trying something new today. Take your best guess down in the comments. And in between your contemplation of life's greatest questions, let's take another look at that fancy new Minecraft UI. We talked about it before, and now there's even more. Brand new Minecraft UI. Yes, you heard me right. So we'll take half a step backwards just in case you're one of the few people who didn't end up actually seeing part 1. There's a brand new UI that will be coming to Minecraft in-game at some point, possibly this year. Over the course of today's video, we'll be taking another look at it and talking about even more new context that we have. And some of this new UI context, well, it comes to us thanks to none other than the developers of the UI themselves. Oh, and also, if that's you that hasn't seen part 1, that's totally whack and embarrassing. I guess you've got a little bit of work on your hands to do after you finish this video. Our first step of information, I believe, came out shortly after I released my video, I think, maybe. Are the containers set up side by side in the game like this? Chest and barrel, whatever. Yeah, but do keep in mind that it's early still. So when we talked about the UI for the very first time here, it was kind of shocking. The amount of comments that I saw down below from you guys saying, wait, like, is the side-by-side thing actually real? The most common meme that I saw coming from this, the years of a muscle memory erased with one fell update. And, like, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a shocker for sure if this ends up coming to the game and the UI is side-by-side and not, like, on top of itself. Because, like, forever, you always interact with a chest and pull something down to pull it out and up to put it in. I guess keep in mind there is like hotkey moving still that would presumably still work fine and just shift it over to the side or whatever, but yeah, that'll be different. Now just you stay tuned because inside of this video I've talked even more information on this one, just we'll have to wait and see and find it. Now King Dark had also actually answered a couple of other questions in the replies to the initial tweet. They kind of blew up. And of course today, big shout out to King Dark. I'll go ahead and leave King's link down in the description. King is the one that found this UI and talked about it initially. So some of the other questions here, King didn't have too many answers as to if it would be on Java. Is the file real? Is it a resource pack? Yes, of course. Does this affect entity containers? There's not much info on it, but I guess it might once it releases. And I believe entity containers is things like, say, Chessboat. One of the largest in-game UIs is, of course, the player inventory. What in the world is that going to look like? Considering the fact that we've already seen a small taste of the new hotbar? Like, what? And well, for that one, I guess you'll have to stay tuned. I'll talk about it once it ends up coming out here, but the inventory is not done, sadly. Now look, I was kind of fangirling about this UI because I made the initial video on the UI, talked all about it, it was cool, and then about a week later, none other than Oleg Kotzin, I'm sorry if I didn't say that right, but a Minecraft developer, and more specifically, a Minecraft UI developer. I always love finding out that a dev saw my humble little YouTube video. Like, it's just such a cool feeling. Hey, thanks for all the kind words. And then, after that, Oleg did a little bit of a Q&A in none other than my reply section on that tweet, answering some of the biggest, greatest, and latest questions on that new UI. We know it, we love it, I don't know about that, but we know it for sure, we definitely know it. Minecraft the Java Edition UI is slightly different than Minecraft Bedrock Edition UI. One of the greatest glaring differences here is inside of the crafting table. Even with this book open, I mean, it's similar, but it's so different. This new UI that the devs are working on is super colorful, and I would say it's moving Minecraft into a more modern era. But what about Old Faithful, the classic, the original, the Minecraft to Java Edition, and this UI? Is the barrel going to be cool and colorful too, and off to the side? Well, tragically, I can't believe I'm saying this, but tell me it's going to be on Java, please. Not currently in the plans. Oh, that's sad. That was so painful to read the first time. And actually, truthfully, I've been grieving those few words since I read them on January 8th. My heart, it hurts, and I almost didn't even want to tell you. And maybe that's why it took so long for me to make part 2. I don't know. I can't believe it. I'm so sad. Now keep in mind here that this decision to not have the UI come over to Minecraft Java Edition is almost for certain not Oleg's single decision. Changing the UI is obviously a gigantic conversation, and so this decision is a decision that probably came from some of the higher ups, or just was a greater decision from the team as a whole. I do think it's a little weird, though, that in the year of 2025, we have 2 different versions of Minecraft, and there are major aspects of the game that they just kind of, like, aren't really too worried about actually bringing into parity. Like, huh? Seeing as parity is such a big focus for the dev team, I really would have thought that this UI would eventually make it to both versions of the game, or just something. Like, it should all be the same, right? In an act of another riddle instance today, what's one thing that rules everything, but cannot be touched or seen by anything? Well, yes, of course, that'd be time, the controller of all. Timelines are always an important thing to know. Hey, the OR UI guy. So this leaks are coming soon, or will it take some time before release? And then our answer right here, which is a little bit confusing to me. Not soon. Most probably, for quite a while, it'd be in previews and betas. So this new UI, it's not coming soon, but does that mean that it's not coming soon to the full version of Minecraft, or just that it's not coming soon to, like, any version of Minecraft? Like, I suppose, based off of the current context of now and how the devs are actively working on a brand new UI for, like, a lot of the menus, maybe, yeah, they're gonna focus on all of that stuff first. Which, side note, by the way, founded by King Dark inside of the first preview from this year, some new menu screens. This is all about the player permission screen right here, and I mean, check it. It looks nice and clean. It matches all those other new Bedrock menus. So though it may be a little bit of a mystery, it seems that the in-game UIs, well, we might not actually have our hands on them properly in-game anytime soon. Which means, I guess, at least for the short term, if we're into the UI and want to check it out, it'll be all up to the leaks and other little hints found inside of the game's files. Whoa, okay, side note. So real quick, I was just running through the Pale Garden biome. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but I saw a glimpse of it while I was running down there, up here. Dude, what in the world? I did not place that sign there at all. Like, I didn't do that. What does it even say? Tap the like button now. Huh, interesting. I feel like this would look really, really good in those colors too. So, that's interesting. Tap the like button now. Wish I could decipher that riddle too. There's too much thinking today. In a reply to Oleg's tweet, oh, by the way, the OR UI version of the edit world screen should now be available to all players. W, thanks for the heads up. Will feedback and further tweaks happen even though it is fully rolled out? And then this one right here, I wanted to include it in today's video because I think it applies to just maybe overall all of the UI, not just the colorful new ones. Most probably, some improvements will continuously be applied, but at a slower pace. With this new colorful UI, I saw that it was quite divisive. Like, a large chunk of you guys who watched the initial video didn't seem to really fully enjoy that UI. Remember the whole feedback thing. The devs are always looking for it. If you're not maybe the biggest fan of this new UI, I don't think all hope is lost because, I mean, well, once it actually releases, just make sure you're around to actually send your feedback over to the devs, and you never know, maybe they'll tweak it. With how shocking this new UI is, I wonder if they're going to make it like, say, an option that you can toggle on and off for at least for like a short time, or if it's just going to be dropped into the game and it is what it is. You just have to, you have to play with it. So yes, years of muscle memory erased with one fell swoop, one single update, and moving things back and forth inside of the inventory, grabbing them. I mean, it's gone. You're gonna have to relearn the whole muscle memory system, and this potential change is a change that might be a little bit more difficult the longer you've been playing. Will it actually be horizontal, or is it a toggle? And also, please tell me there's an option to use the old inventory like Java is right now. Oleg, you're coming in here with the reply. It's a leak of a prototype. Nothing is decided. The whopper of today's video, the biggest question that people had, the orientation of the UI, what's going on? Well, it seems that yes, right now the devs are testing out a horizontal layout instead of a vertical layout for the new UI. Which, look, I mean, to be fair, I feel like logistically, realistically here, it does kind of make more sense. Like, imagine taking this UI, splitting it into two, and then being able to upscale it on the left and right side of your screen, making it a little bit larger and easier for players to see. Also, consider this new UI in the context that it is for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and consider your sweet cousin, 7-year-old Samuel, who plays Minecraft on their iPad all the time, and, well, yeah, for a touchscreen, maybe something like a vertical UI isn't the worst idea in the world. This will definitely take advantage of the usable screen space that there currently is a whole lot more than the current system. Now, whether that new UI being all wide and spread out, covering most of the screen is a problem, because it'll block off potential hazards in the back of the screen, like the creeper walking up on your base about to like unleash all fury. Well, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But it seems that this new UI is indeed maybe going to be vertical, which is so intriguing. Minecraft's new UI. With that makes us just about fully caught up with everything we need to know that we know about it, at least right now. Another little UI thingy that I figure I'll just go ahead and throw in here real quick at the end of the video, Smoky Stack. I want to know if anyone can figure out how to trigger it consistently, but there's a brand new button popping up inside of a Minecraft. I had this button pop up in the main version of the game as well. This is when you pause the game, you have resume game settings, used to say marketplace right here, and then save and quit. Now, marketplace has been changed to browse add-ons. It's such an intriguing thing. And like, what about all of the other marketplace content that has carried the marketplace for like years now, like texture packs and maps and whatever? I mean, I get it. I guess add-ons are all of the rage and really the big real deal thing, the thing that everyone really cares about now. But interesting. Anyways, that's it for today's video. It's been me. I am so handsome, I know. Smash the like button. Check out my links are in the description. Drop a follow on every single one. And you want to stay updated with the Waddle Cinematic Universe, of course. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.